Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute. I did not post last week, but at least I'm posting this week. And I did say every 2 weeks. And so I'll see if I want to go back to doing it one week every week. But I've been very busy these past couple of days, but I do have some great news. And so I remember for 2 weeks ago in my video, I was talking about finishing my presentation, practicing. I actually competed in the competition and won the competition for my startup idea. And so before I tell you how much I won and talk a little bit about the event, I wanted to show you my presentation. I feel like a real streamer doing this. Yeah, so this is the name of the app, Friends. And I'm just going to quickly go through my presentation. In essence, am creating an app that connects students within the university. And so I kind of started off. So basically, let me just go back to the day. It was Tuesday night, or Tuesday at like 5 o'clock, and I left work early, walked, straight to the institute at my university, went to the third floor, and just went into the room, and they were already like presenting stuff. And there's like front row was a couple of investors, I'm assuming, and the judges, and then behind them were all the students. And so, in essence, there would be 2 to 4 winners for the competition, and you'd get a prize money between $4,000 to $4,000 to $8,000, because 16 divided by 4 is 4, and 16 divided by 2 is 8. So that's how I was assuming the award amount would be. I thought the first person that presented was really good, and so I was like, maybe I could get second place in the event. And then I actually went in the event and presented. And so I started off my presentation, my pitch, talking about how there's a problem with socializing, students socializing and making friends, and I include statistics about anxiety, depression, how people feel nervous, and then I also connected it back to how COVID really did reduce people's social abilities. And then I went like, there is a problem, we need to solve it. Students want to make friends, don't know where to go, don't know how to make friends. And then I also, because a part of the stipulation of this presentation was to focus on a specific targeted group in our university and in our area. And so this is like slide is kind of me like nailing that down and being specific. They gave us a rubric, and so a lot of this presentation was built upon the rubric on how to like best satisfy all the requirements and get the highest marks. And so then I bring in my solution. Exciting news, there is a solution, and it's my app, Friends. My friend actually helped me design the logo, which was awesome. And so that's kind of like a mock-up, but there's like 4 unique features about the app, and they're like, the app would automatically create group chats. It would have an events tab, and like in the app you can set a time and place to meet, and if someone doesn't show up, you're able to like report their account, and if they get too many strikes, then they get temporarily banned. Social education section. And so the whole purpose of this was to make an application that's very conducive to making friends, and then also like not conducive at all to dating, and strictly for friends. And so I want to make an app, hopefully I will, inshallah, that is like, you think of, okay, I want to hook up with someone, I get Tinder. Okay, I want to make a friend with someone, I get Friends. This is like the action plan. Okay, do I have to block any of this out? I have to block some of that out, so you can't see it. But yeah, basically it's just how I would actually go about developing the app. So you need to make a skeleton app, get the algorithm to work, integrate it, etc., etc., etc. Then I talked about scalability and longevity, and then talked about like that pitch that I found, like, imagine an app that connects students across all the world. I'm really like jocking this presentation because I'm just trying to summarize it in essence. I did a little quote, some more mock-ups, and then I had a team. And it's a funny story actually, is that the day before the competition, I actually called one of the guys that runs it, or I think the president of the foundation or whatever, and he basically subtly told me like, yeah, you need a team. I applied into this competition solo, but he's like, yeah, you need a team, or like that's like something they're going to be grading you on. And so I was like, oh. And so I quickly, within like an hour, made a team full of my friends. Like I called up one friend, I was like, yo, I need someone to be a graphic designer, I need a marketing major, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I made a pseudo makeshift team. And so that was sick, and that was clutch. And then yeah, basically the aftermath is basically that I won the competition and I got funded with $10,000. So I'm super excited about that. Like it was like the first, like they announced it in order of like a award amount. So they're like, okay, winner one, blank person, 1,400. Winner two, 1,300. Winner three, 1,600. And then winner four, 10,000. So basically they restructured the award amount, I think, to give me like the most. And so I'm not, this is like, I'm okay, this is kind of bragging, but I really worked hard for this. And so I was really excited about that. And I just think that's super sick. And now it feels like the ball's rolling. Like, you know, of course it's not like guaranteed success, but now I got $10,000 to really put an idea in. And so that's kind of leads me to like I talked about last week, where I had the, finish presentation and then gather an idea for that contractor arbitrage idea and then like write 5 poems. I don't know if I'm going to continue to do the contractor arbitrage idea. And so for next week, this is kind of like so I have like, now I'm changing it up. So if I do make a video next week, this is what I want to be done by next week. And then what I want to be done in 2 weeks. And so I have, number 1, develop a broad action plan and focus area for my startup. And so like an actually like detailed plan of what I want to impact what's kind of the strategy on creating the app. For the app, I honestly I think it'd be super cool. And I've been playing with this idea of creating a company based upon the 4-hour work week, where there's like 2 sections. Like one is like the core team that kind of works like, 9 to 5. But the other one is like, they don't work 9 to 5. They just get things done. And if they get it done early, then they could take a break and have like their week off. If they get it done, if they don't get it done, then, they have to work extra, but it's kind of like that. I think that'd be really cool, where it's like you could be anywhere, work virtual, but just like we're still working for the same company. So I wanted to kind of thinking about that on a side note. I have to figure out if I want to continue doing this contractor arbitrage business, or do I want to continue to pause it. Then I want to write 5 poems and then start posting a poem on IG like once a week. And I think the reason why is because I've been looking into self-development and stuff, and they said you should curate your personality like on social media, as in like so it's easier for people to see who you are, and that way you'll all find and meet more people that align with your interests and like who you are as a person. So I thought that was a good idea. So I want to have like cool fits and like fashion stuff on my Instagram, like stuff about urban exploration because I'm interested in that, stuff about poetry, and I can figure out how else to populate it. I think it's gonna be really cringy at first, but it's also, I think, a great idea to just get out of my comfort zone and really just like not take myself seriously. Because if you're posting, it's one thing posting my cringy and reading my cringy poetry to a random person on the internet, maybe one random person, like I get like 0 views to like 5, and that's like a lot easier than like saying it to like my hundreds of followers and like people I know in real life, because like you get judged and stuff. But it's good practice because fuck being judged and fuck caring. So, or I don't know if I should curse. F caring and F being judged. Finally, if for in 2 weeks, another thing in terms of like voice is I want to research into breaking rapport tonality. Instead of focusing on making my voice lower, I want to first master the art of pitch. And retort tonality, if you don't know, is like basically if you talk like this in the up place, it has a different feeling and it makes me like more like unsure. But if I talk like this and bring my voice down with every sentence or switch it up, and that's conveys a different type of personality. And to have control over that gives you more control over the way you carry about yourself and the way you represent yourself. So that's the 4th thing I want to do. Overall, like these 2 past weeks have been super busy. I've had some really interesting conversations with friends, really digging deep. I went into some really cool self-improvement events. Did that was really interesting. I went thrifting, got some cool stuff. Sorry. And I'm just glad I got into the camera and just like recorded a video. I don't know where this channel's going, but I think it'll be just good to look back on and see where I'm at right now. So hopefully, Ibrahim, in the future, you did something with that money and got the ball rolling. And Ibrahim in the past, good job so far. Keep struggling. So I guess I should really finish out the video with a poem. Okay. It's called The Fireplace. I am the burning fire within the cabin. I have become good at taping the windows shut. Sometimes I'll leave the windows open, blessing you with an energetic blaze until I'm done. I apologize if I'm too hot. The windows will be quickly closed with a thump. Maybe one day a person can withstand my heat, and they'll not run. Until then, I'll slightly burn those I meet. My pain so great identity becomes numb. And then I also wanted to read another different poem because I just read that and I was like, that's kind of shit. And so I think this is a little better. It's called Crystal Flowers. Sorry, let me raise my phone. As the summer days fly away and the years we spent turn to days, as our fateful encounters begin to falter and the nights we spent become absent, as the lips we shared begin to tear and the warmth we kept starts to shed, remember the time we spent will be stored in the shape of a crystal flower till my mind ends. All right, those are 2 poems because 2 weeks, so it actually works out. So thank you so much, and until next time.